Hello, friend. Jim here with JB's Big Adventure coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. Now, in this video, what I'm doing is about 3 months ago when I first started the YouTube channel, I did a video talking about, okay, so now you've decided to move to Mexico. Now, what are the next steps going to come up? And I've had a number of individuals asking me if I could actually break that video up so you can actually take a look whatever important part is that they feel the viewer feels they need to see. In this portion of it, I'm talking about if you've decided to sell everything, how to have a very successful garage sale. And I've got to tell you again that we had our garage sale in one weekend and we sold everything, including a car. And I'm sharing with you exactly what we did so you could also have a very successful garage sale. So let's go ahead and go to the video.
Okay, so this slide is, in fact, if you decide on selling everything, and the two options that you have to be able to do that. So number one is having an estate sale. Now, here's the thing about having an estate sale, and that is the person that comes in and actually does the estate sale has no emotion tied to any of the items being sold. So if you just want to sell everything, that would be an option maybe you want to go with. In fact, you're having a difficult time trying to let things go. Number two is having a garage sale. Now, as mentioned, we brought down a 5x8 trailer that we towed to the border. We made a decision to go light and just let things go. So just to know that rentals here at the lakeside sometimes come fully furnished. So that would be something you decide in regards to where you're going to be living down here. So, okay, you've chosen to have a garage sale. The next few slides will be everything about what to do, how to plan, some tips to having a successful garage sale also. Okay, so the next 3 slides are going to have everything in regards to wanting to sell everything. Now, we sold everything in one weekend, and I will just tell you it was successful beyond what we'd ever thought. And we must have attracted between 150 to 200, if not more, people coming to our garage sale. So these are some important tips for you. A couple of things on here I really want to make sure that I emphasize, and that is number 5 says, we made everything easy to access, to touch and see. So we had plenty of tables, and it was easy for somebody to go to a table and pull something off of it. Now, we found when I had my tools, I had a tool cart that I had built, and we put that like out in front because it was a real attention getter. And when I sold it for quite a bit more than what it actually cost me to put it all together and the tools that were on it. So tools are a real catch. You want to make sure you price everything to sell. Remember, we're selling everything. Now, another thing that we did was we took our clothes with hangers and we made a rack. And the way that we did that was I took some 2x4s, cut holes in the top of them, made a little stand for them, and put the conduit all the way across. And then we put our clothes on that. Now, we sold all of the clothes. I would imagine we probably had 100 or so items on that rack. So that would be another thing I would just encourage you to do, is to make sure if you're selling clothes, to go ahead and put them onto a rack. And as I put there on the bottom, number 5, it says organize items on tables and on boxes. And if you've got things you need to put on the ground, let's say, for example, some clothing, or you've got some things you don't want to get all scuffed up and everything, you can also put a tarp on the ground. So these are some tips for having a successful garage sale. Now let's talk about how we set it all up. Okay, so these next 2 slides are going to be the most important slides probably inside of this entire video, just because this is where our success came from. Now, as you can see on the left there, these are fluorescent yellow poster boards that we got at the dollar store. And these are literally the key, and I really want to overemphasize that. Now, if you're out, you're driving around, and you see somebody's having a garage sale, and they actually made it on a piece of paper that's 8.5 by 11, you're not going to see that. You're not going to be able to read what's on that because it's not large and you're just driving by. But with our boxes, with these poster boards on the side with our signs, attracts a lot of attention. You want people to not think they're missing out on anything, and they're going to race over to your place. So these signs, this poster board was actually glued with contact cement on the side of boxes. Now, on the right-hand side, you see the arrows. So the ones on the left, I used a stencil, so I painted the huge on the poster board, and also did the arrows. So when somebody turned left on a road because they're following our garage sale, and they're driving down and they see another yellow arrow on a box, they know they're going in the right direction. And the compliment that I got over and over and over was how great our signs were. They were very easy to read and were very detailed in regards to what direction that they were going. So this is really a key, and I would encourage you to do the same. So now let's go ahead and talk about how we set this all up on the next slide. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the map. And I want to keep this very, very simple for you because I don't want you to feel like there's a whole lot of information. It's not something you can do. I want to encourage you to follow these steps because you're taking all the effort of getting all the things together that you're wanting to sell. You're making the decisions, and you want to have a successful garage sale. I want you to have a successful garage sale. That's why I'm willing to share all the things with you that we did. So as you'll see on the bottom right, you'll see and get an idea of how we had the poster board or the signs onto the boxes. Now, the smaller arrows are going to be what lets a person know that they're going the right direction in between the big boxes. So as you can see over on Sharp Street, you can see the boxes. There was one box, but we had a poster board on each side that was given a direction of where to be going and driving. Now, when we did it on Sharp Street and we got to church, you can see there was also a box there that was telling somebody to go right. At Church and Flower, you'll see that there was an arrow on the ground. And then when they got down to Simpson, they actually have a box with an arrow taking them to our street. Now, this is how we had the success. I can't tell you how many people made compliments, like I mentioned in his last video, in regards to our signs. You know, that's going to make the big difference for you to have a successful garage sale. You're putting all the time into it. You want to make sure that you do the right things. That way you can have massive success also. So this is how we set everything up. And this is talking about the boxes and our map.
Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you if you're looking at having a garage sale, wanting to sell everything, and being able to have all the information that you need to have for that to be successful. If you haven't already, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's a great community, and you don't want to be left on the outside of that. Also, go ahead and give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Let's other individuals that are looking and viewing YouTube for ideas and such are coming and moving to Mexico. It helps YouTube be able to get those videos to the right people. On top of that, if you'd like to comment, we'd love to hear from you. Whether it be a comment about this video or upcoming videos or a video you'd like to see, we'd love to communicate with you that way. And also make sure to hit the bell. What that ends up doing is it actually notifies you immediately when the next video comes out. So as always, thank you so much for being a part of this video. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you on the next video.